One of the great things to use a WordPress site for is to show photography, whether it be items from your portfolio, samples of your work, or just photos of your most recent trip or your most recent sports event or something that your family's been involved in. And I'm going to show two plugins right now that in conjunction actually work really nice to show nice professional photos in a very quick and very basic way. The first one is NextGen Gallery, which is a photo plugin that has been around for quite some time and is quite a mature plugin and has a very easy way to add photos to your website. The second one is a Lightbox called Lightbox 2, and there are a lot of Lightbox plugins out there. The reason I like this one is because it has a couple of little resizing options in it, and also it just shows the photos in a very nice presentable way. So I've activated both of those plugins. We're going to go ahead and go underneath Settings and go to Lightbox 2, which is the name of the Lightbox plugin. And you can set your basic options here. You can set what color you want the theme to be. I usually leave it in black. I'm going to go ahead and have it auto lightbox any image links. So when you go to a page and there is a JPEG or a PNG file that you can click on, if it's not going to a particular web page or to some other form item or something like that, and it's just going to a copy of the image, it will automatically capture that and add it to a lightbox. That way you don't have to deal with going over to those pages where it's just a JPEG showing up in your browser. And the other thing I like about this is this item here, which allows you to shrink large images to fit smaller screens. So we're going to go ahead and check that. And then once we've set those items, we're going to go down to Gallery here, and we're going to work through some options here. And we're going to start with the Options area. And once you're inside of here, you can set various options for the site. For the most part, you can just leave these set as their defaults. The big things that I like to check are to make sure that the thumbnails are set at 100% quality. You can also choose the width and height of the thumbnail. I leave these at defaults usually, and then I always ignore the aspect ratio and let it crop the images once it resizes them to fit this 100 by 75 architecture, which then allows them to have a consistent look across the entire page. Underneath images, you can set what size you want your images to be. For the most part, I'll leave them as 800 by 600, but if you want to run a larger web page, then you can go ahead and change this to whatever you feel comfortable with. And I will normally go ahead and jump this up to 100% quality. I don't like any of my images to be compressed. You also have two more options underneath here. The first one is that you can create a backup of the original image when you upload an image that gets resized. The second one is to automatically resize images when you upload them. And I check both of those. It does take a little bit more server space to back up the original images, but then that way down the road, if you find that you need the originals for some reason, you can actually get those right off of the server. You don't have to go searching around your local machine to try to find those particular images. Moving on, you've got the gallery, and the gallery is the first basic layout that it will show you on the page. And there's a lot of different options in here. The first major one is the number of images that you want to show on a page, and you can set this to show a certain number, or you can set it to 0, which will just show them all on one page. I'm going to go ahead and leave it on 20. You can also choose to show a specific number of columns if you want. Again, I'm going to leave this on 0, which will go to the full width of the page that it's on. Underneath that, you have the option to integrate a slideshow. Usually I will turn this off, and then I will show the slideshow by manually placing it on the page. And NextGen Gallery's default slideshow is not the most robust show, but it will give you some good basics as far as just getting your site online. So we're going to go ahead and save this, and I'm going to leave it on for now, and then we'll turn it off later if we need to. Then underneath Effects, this is what allows NextGen Gallery to use your Lightbox. So we're going to go ahead and select Lightbox here. And then if you want to watermark your your images, you can go ahead and set either an image as a watermark or text as a watermark. We're going to go ahead and leave that off for now. And finally, the slideshow, and these are the default sizes and default times and default transition that you can use for your slideshow. Again, I'm going to go ahead and leave these set on their default. So once you've done that, then you can go in and actually start creating your galleries. Now, NextGen Galleries nomenclature goes as follows. Photos go inside of galleries. Galleries go inside of albums. You do not have to have albums, but you do need to have galleries in order to use NextGen Gallery. So we're going to click on Add Gallery Images, and we're going to get 3 options: add a new gallery, upload a zip file of images, or import an image folder. And what we're going to do is, since we're working with a folder on our computer, we're going to go ahead and create a new gallery, and we're just going to call it Photos. We're going to click Add Gallery, and then from here it's going to let us know that we can resize the images if we want, which we're going to go ahead and do. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and upload images into the Photos gallery. So we're going to click Select Files, and we're going to select all of our photos here, and it will show a list of all the photos. It will also, if they are larger than 800 or 600 pixels, then it will go ahead and resize them. So we're going to click Upload. And at this point now, what it's going to do is it's going to upload the images, then it's going to compress the images, then it's going to create thumbnails of each of the images. And you can see right here at the top it says 8 pictures successfully added. It's going to create the thumbnails, and then we'll be ready to go. Now at this point, once you've added them all in there, you can now use this on any page. So we're going to go ahead and create a Photos page. And what we're going to do is, out here on your toolbar, over to the far right, there's a new button that says Add NextGen Gallery. And this will create the shortcodes for you to show your gallery on your page. So you can pick from a photo gallery, an album, or an individual picture. And then you can just select, here's your list of pictures right here. We're going to go ahead and put a gallery. So we're going to click on Photos. And I want to show an image list. I just want to keep it nice and simple. So this is the shortcode for it. And we're going to go ahead and leave this on the default, which is going to have no sidebar. And then we're going to publish this out. And now when we look at this page, you'll see that we have a very simple set of images. We have our Show as Slideshow option here. And when you click on these, it's going to open them into a Lightbox. And you can see it says Image 1 of 8. And we can click on through these. And we can close it right here. If we want to show a slideshow, we can click on Show as Slideshow, and it will reload this as our 320 by 480 by 320 slideshow. And it'll show the pictures one after the other as we click on them. So we're going to go ahead and click back on Show Picture List, and we're back to our regular photos. And let's go ahead and take off the Show as Slideshow, and then we're going to change this, and we're going to put these photos into an album. So we're going to go back in here to our options, and we're going to click on to Gallery, and we're going to turn off Show as Slideshow. And you can see now when we refresh this page, that particular line goes away. Everything else still functions. And what we're going to do is we're going to create an album. Let's say that we want to create multiple photo galleries, and they're all going to be into one photo album. And let's say we have one for 2012, and inside of there we have multiple events going on during the year. What we're going to do is we're going to create a new album right here called 2012. And you'll see over here on the left-hand side now it says Album ID 1 2012. Now at this point, what you can do is start grabbing galleries and dragging and dropping them into your albums. So we only have our one gallery, so we're going to do that. We're going to click Update. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add captions to these photos. So we're going to go into the Manage Gallery section. And when we do that, it's going to show us a list of all of our photo galleries, including how many images are in each one. And we're going to click on the name of the image, or the gallery. And from here, you can see here are all of our thumbnails with our photo titles. And we can now give these descriptions. And that is what this box is for. So what we're going to do is we're just going to make these very simple. And we're going to save our changes. And then the last thing we need to do is we need to place our album onto our photos page. So we're going to edit the page, and we're going to delete out the gallery itself, and we're going to place this with an album. So we're going to click on Album, and you can choose whether you want to do an extended version, which allows you to put a description next to it, or a compact version, and we're just going to click Compact for now. So it creates our new shortcode. We're going to update it. Once that's done, we're going to click on View Page. And now you can see here's our Photos page with our Photos album inside of it. If we had more than one, or a gallery, if we had more than one gallery, it would show up on here next to the Photos one. When we click on this, we're then presented with all of our photos. And when we click on our photos, you can see down at the bottom now, they have a description. So we can click on through these, and you can see they look really nice on the screen. And then we can just close it out. Now, if you want to edit the images that are in your gallery, you can go into Manage Gallery, go to whatever particular gallery you're looking for. And then inside of there, you can view them, you can work with their meta, you can edit their thumbnail, or you can delete them. You can also work with your bulk actions here, which allow you to check multiple items and choose what to do with them. So including recovering from backup if you uploaded the original sized files, which can be really helpful if you decide later that you want to do something like recreate the thumbnails. We're going to create new thumbnails for each of these. And I want the thumbnails to be 200 by 100. And so you're going to see now it's going to create new thumbnails. And we're going to go back over here. We're going to go to our Photos page. And then we're going to click on our photos. And you'll see now that we have larger thumbnails. And all of that has been pulled from the original photos that we uploaded. So, and this is just scratching the surface of what NextGen Gallery can do, but it's a really great easy way to get your photos up on your website without a lot of hassle and without having to create a lot of superfluous pages. You can create everything from one gallery or one album.